Hello again, this is Victor James, author of the Megacosm, and since we're entering the Halloween season, I want to talk about something that comes up every so often at work, and that is the fast or slow zombie, and which is better. Now, when I say better, I mean in the horror sense, not practicality. Which zombie has the most screen presence? Which zombie looks the best aesthetically, which is the most scary? And which zombie produces the most fear in a movie? That's what I'm talking about. These are just some of the questions that are bandied about when we talk about the fast or slow zombie, and which is better. And it's actually kind of funny because these debates can get pretty intense. People get really attached to their zombie archetype. So believe it or not, George Romero's Night of the Living Dead is not the first zombie movie ever. That title belongs to White Zombie, which came out in 1932. But like Night of the Living Dead, that movie too uses the slow walking zombie as their main antagonist. But they were the typical voodoo zombies, so not really the flesh-eating zombies we know and love. The modern flesh-eating zombie was indeed first seen in Night of the Living Dead that came out in 1968. That was the world's first look at the new modern zombie. And this is a zombie that was slow, methodical, shambling, and you can see them stricken with mortal wounds as they moan in search of the only thing they want, living flesh. And the world was scared stiff by these new creatures, and the slow, relentless zombie dominated the landscape until 1985 with the cult classic Return of the Living Dead. This movie is a cult classic for a reason, so I suggest you go see it. But gone were the shuffling zombies, and they had zombies who could move like they did when they were alive. They were able to walk with a purpose, talk, and run when needed. But the true I am dead and I want flesh running zombie was the Dawn of the Dead remake by Zack Snyder. Now, Zack Snyder's classic zombie movies made the running zombie something to be feared, and they dominated the next decade of movies like Zombieland and even bled into other media such as video games with Left 4 Dead and The Awesome State of Decay. They left hearts racing as you struggle to stay one step ahead of the horde of zombies chasing you down as you try to escape. The running zombie really took off when 28 Days Later took the world by storm, but these were humans infected with a rage virus, not really zombies. Running zombies probably reached their zenith of awesomeness with the absolute masterpiece Train to Busan that mixed fast zombies with the claustrophobic train scene, so you had a good mix of the running zombie with the slow shambling walking zombie. But The Walking Dead had hit TV screens in 2010 and had become a cultural phenomenon as they brought back the slow shambling zombie, which brought along jump scares and returned the slow zombie to their apex predator status. So I ask again, which zombie is better? Usually for the people who say the running zombie is better, they lean on the fact that it makes more sense. If a person was to die and become reanimated minutes later, it begs to reason that they would, retain some of their previous motor skills. A running zombie can reach its top speed without the need to breathe or tire, while its desire for food pushes it to the limit. The running zombie, seen usually shambling along until it's alerted, and then it becomes a relentless monster that barrels at its prey who has to fire at the monster in fear. Just the fact that it's running makes it harder to get that crucial headshot before a running zombie is on you and eating your brains. Anyone who's, been to the shooting range or taken shots outdoors knows that a moving target is a lot harder to shoot. Plus, their mobility means that a zombie herd can form in mere minutes. 2 or 3 running zombies can become 100, once the rest of the herd is alerted to food. Plus, running zombies have the ability to use their numbers to overwhelm even well-armed enemies, as just one bite adds to their number. But, is a running zombie really scary? Usually you can see a running zombie coming because, it's mobile. The human brain and eye are attuned to notice something that is moving at a fast pace. I would imagine that even in an enclosed area that a running zombie will run into things, moan, and basically make enough noise that you can hear it coming, giving you time to defend yourself. And this takes us back to the slow zombie. The slow, shambling zombie is almost stagnant until alerted. Yes, they can be seen in packs, but they take a lot longer to form as a herd that is to be feared. Yet the slow zombie is patient. The slow zombie can sit next to a tree and let it grow bark around it until it realizes prey is nearby and then it pounces. The human eye won't automatically pick up a slow zombie, especially outdoors, whose clothes and skin make it blend in with the environment. And even when you do, you stalk that shambling zombie, trying not to make noise as you raise your axe, its quiet friend will attack from the side like a velociraptor. The slow zombies also have a psychological aspect, as their slow, relentless walk forces the survivors to continue moving at all times. The slow zombie also makes any shelter a harrowing experience. The survivor must thoroughly check every nook and cranny if they plan on staying, and must be on guard when getting supplies. And even then, the slow, patient zombie seems to wait to the last minute to reach out from behind that door you didn't check, or their hand reaches out from a pile of dead leaves you just didn't notice. But the more mobile running zombie fans will tell you that the walking zombie is too easily defeated by, just walking faster. And we see this in the Night of the Dead remake, where one of the protagonists argues throughout the entire movie that they could just simply walk to safety. But The Walking Dead proves that this can be perilous as well, as it's dangerous to underestimate the walking zombie. Although both sides make great points, I feel if I had to choose that my vote goes to the slow zombie. To me, World War Z, which was nothing like the book, drove a nail in the fast zombies as it became kind of ludicrous to see them climbing over walls and over each other like insects. I feel like the slow zombie allows for more intrigue. You often see them shambling about as you shelter and try to fortify your surroundings, only to have missed one that was waiting with patience until alerted, or that crawling zombie you forgot about, who didn't forget about you, finally reaches out and grabs an ankle while you're distracted. Not to mention how dangerous they can be when their numbers do actually rise. Although fast zombie fans make great points, I feel their mobility actually makes them less scary. Of course, a horde of running zombies will make you poop your pants if you saw them in real life, but on the screen it becomes, to me, kind of more of an action sequence and not a horror sequence. Zack Snyder depicted running zombies well, but most of that movie you notice is indoors, and I think that's for a reason. Had the survivors left on foot or made a run for it, it's hard to imagine human beings be able to survive very long against running monsters that never tire and tend to draw other monsters with their movements. And this is also why you rarely see running zombies movies set in the woods or forest, because it's hard to depict humans surviving such a relentless force that would run you down. Although I would love to see it tried. Now I want to caveat that Train to Busan is the only movie that makes me waver in my decision. Seriously, if you haven't seen it, watch it this month. To be able to combine that mobile fast zombie with the same scares as a slow zombie is just sheer brilliance in my opinion. Yes, the slow zombie movies pretty much rely on jump scares, but jump scares are good. I mean, you're watching a scary movie, so that's what is good about it. Jump scares are a good thing. So I'll take being scarier over what makes sense when it comes to my zombie movies. But tell me what you think. Give me your argument on why you prefer the fast or slow zombie. Am I just being old-fashioned with my devotion to the old walker zombie? Has the fast zombie surpassed the slow zombie as the apex predator? Let me know in the comments below. Before I go, I just want to point out that I have one copy left of my book, Fiasco Adventures in physical. Of course, you can also buy it in Kindle. That's never going to sell out. That's a digital copy. If you go to my website, themegacosm.com, you can also buy it from my store, which is my shop, or you can still buy it again from Amazon. Also, I've put the link to my book, The Mark, which is selling really well. It's a novelette. You can read the description here. And also, you can go to my website and you can read the first chapter of several short stories that I have. Some of them are just first chapters to the stories that you can purchase. Others are actually complete stories like Liquid Bank and Carrier Cleaner. These are all complete stories that you read for free on my website, themegacosm.com. You can also sign up to the website where you can get new information, because I have a new book coming out called The Narikomin, and that should be coming out by the end of this year. It's on its final edits. If you want to sign up to this website, you can keep up to date of that story that's coming out soon. I'm really excited about this story, and I can't wait for you guys to read it. But that's all I got to say about all this. God bless you and keep you. That's it, I'm done.